And welcome back to the Metal Teddy Bear Experience podcast right now. This is your host, Chris. We got my boy, Jesse, with us. What's up, dude?
Back. How's it going?
And we have special guests on this show, like always. We have Dajean and Aaron of the Exiled Martyr. What's up, dudes? How you doing today?
Good. Yeah.
What's up, man? I'm surprised you said my name right. That's kind of awesome.
It's funny because I'm like kind of known on my show to butcher everything. I messed up so many. There's one band I had on and I kept calling their band name wrong, and I felt so bad. I was like, dude, I don't want to apologize this whole interview right now. I'm so sorry. Even now, I'm not even sure. Shout out to Valence. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh my God. What's up, Valence? Whatever. Anyway, so tell us about your day. All right, cool.
But where are you guys calling from?
Well, I'm in my house, Phoenix.
Okay, sweet.
DJ's like, 4 miles away from me?
Yeah, I'm in my apartment. Just chilling.
Awesome. Okay, so we also put this up on like a podcast, like Spotify and stuff, like audio only. So people get used to your voice if they don't see video. Just say your name and what you do in the band. Aaron, if you want to start.
My name's Aaron. I am the drummer for Exiled Martyr.
My name's Dajean. People mostly call me DJ. I play guitar in Exiled.
There you go. Sweet. So let's talk a little bit about your album, Novum Finem.
Oh, there he is.
Already.
There
I am. Dude, I'm not good with Latin. I'm sorry. You guys want to say it correctly?
Novum
E pluribus unum for a song EP. Just like start speaking Latin. It's like, what the fuck?
So what was that, Aaron?
It's called Novum Finem.
Okay. How'd you guys come up with that title?
Honestly, it was Alex, our other guitarist. He's really good with titles.
He's not. He doesn't like to do interviews. He doesn't like to talk too much. He's a really quiet dude, but he comes up with the best titles for things. And honestly, that title helped inspire like the kind of changed with the whole writing process on this EP when it started. So thanks to him, we got that cool idea, and then it kind of branched from there.
How did it change it? Just because of like the lyrical thing, like the meaning of the name?
Well, actually, it started with the first song, Containment Breach. He already had the song like named that, and we had like riffs for it. And yeah, like after I heard it, like I just kept like repeating the name over and over again, like overnight. And I came back to practice the next day. I was like, all right, so listen, space. Okay, so like, and then from there, like we started like making new songs, and then like that's when we started like we fleshed out the story. And then like he came up with the name Novum Finem for it to describe it. So yeah.
Oh, sweet.
That's gangster. Also, a good name is always, if a name sucks, it's hard to like. I like some bands not gonna name it, but sometimes when the song title sucks, you're like, I love the song, but I'm just not saying it. Track 4. No, this song. Track 4. Click track 4, please.
That's how I whenever I listen to The Ocean. If you guys are familiar with how they name their albums and tracks, it's all like layers of like the earth and like all this like really scientific stuff. And I was like, I can't say it. Like Phanerizic Zodiac. I'm going with that one. Track 4.
That's a physical problem. Yeah, you just can't say it. I feel like that's like Coheed and Cambria. Don't even try to say their album titles. It's like I go, just like it's like fearsome, violent spread of the blah 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 part 3, part 2. It's like what the fuck? that album's awesome. I don't even know how to say it. What the hell?
So why'd you guys choose to do like a EP instead of like a full-length album?
We chose to just do EP at the time because we were just like we need to produce more music and stuff. It was like just after we got done with Delusions of the Contrite, which was our single back in May of last year.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just like, oh, let's put out something, and this is actually our first crack at a concept. So we're just like, we probably shouldn't try to make this 10 songs long on our first attempt. So yeah, like we're just like 4 songs should do it.
Was that intimidating to do like a concept album or EP?
No.
Oh yeah. Honestly, for me, it was. I don't know.
There we go.
Alternating opinions. I like it.
Just like that, the band splits up.
It was challenging in the sense of like trying to get everything to flow together, but it's been something we've always talked about doing since like we started the band. Like we mentioned Coheed. I am a big Coheed fan. I always love the idea of a concept album. It's so cool. So like us finally getting a chance to take a crack at it was super cool. And like I think that's what had us motivated. But like making sure everything came together the same way, that was really challenging. Like making sure like if you read through the lyrics, you could kind of feel the journey itself going through. And say like you're listening to track 1, you're like, okay, I don't even understand how the hell this connects to part 2 at all. So connecting the pieces was tough, but like it was fun. It was a great challenge to take on.
Was there like other songs that like you try to make fit into this and just took out because it didn't make the cut, didn't work?
Fun fact: Containment Breach changed the entire EP. We had a completely different EP and 3 other songs written out.
Okay.
And then Containment Breach was technically like the last song of that EP. And then like we were just like, this doesn't fit anything or the vibe we were trying to go for. So we scrapped 3 songs and wrote 3 new songs to make the EP. Yeah.
Was it like stored away as like B-sides, or you guys just like hit the delete buttons, like say goodbye? Say goodbye.
No, it's B-sides right now.
I would be like, wow, that's a gangster move, bro. Just be like, all this hard work out the window. Restart. It's like,
was that Metalocalypse?
Yeah. Metalocalypse, yeah.
This album's bad. No, Nathan, don't do it. No, Nathan, no. Ah, you douchebag. Douchebag.
Oh, dude, yeah. Awesome. We had a whole EP written. We were sitting there on the longest time. They're just like, oh yeah, none of this fits. So we wrote 3 new songs in like 2 months, I think, because everything was ready to go by January, and then we just had to get ready to track it.
Well, other members like we're not cutting these, and like did you guys like argue about it at all, or was everyone like, yeah, let's do it?
There was one
on the same page. We were on the same page. We all we listened to it over and over again because that's what you gotta do. You just gotta keep listening to your songs, and we all came back to practice and it was just quiet, and we're just like, I don't think these songs fit. And I was like, yeah, okay, all right. So we all pressed the delete button. So that was good.
I feel like people are afraid to say that though. Like I've made songs with people here and there, not as technical as you guys, and even that like when I made a song with like my brother, and with the one show I played, he was like, I don't really like this song, and I was like, dude, just don't even say it, man. Just let it roll. Just don't even talk about it. Just let it keep going. It's like how much work went into that. Just let it just roll. Just roll with it.
I think we're pretty vocal. In the video. When there's a part where we're like, we don't like me and Alex clash heads all the time. Like what? Just last practice, I was I came up with a drum part, and he had a different drum part, and like he changed it, and I was just like, I hate you. Like I don't know. So we had to fight about it for a little bit, and then in the end he was right. So
that's good.
Are there like multiple like Foo Fighters, like 2 drummers technically with like Dave Grohl and stuff like that? Is that kind of like your band? People play multiple instruments.
Alex is like a prodigy, can do everything. He just forgets that Aaron's not a computer sometimes when he writes drum parts. So
yeah, I know that problem, bro. Play drums. I see how it is. Oh, dude, can you do this? No. Shut up.
I don't have any limbs. It's like I also play piano.
Nice.
Which helps because then like I can help write riffs kind of in a sense.
Yeah.
Anthony can play guitar as well. Mike, our bassist, he also plays guitar too. So I think everybody in the band plays multiple instruments. DJ, I think you play bass too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome. So that's pretty great. It's always great to have everyone like playing everything because you literally could have 5 different opinions come in instead of like one guy's like, hey, when do I get to start working? Like he's just in the corner. It's like, when's my part, please?
Also has different like flavor to everything too, because I noticed some bands if they're like, like we'll take Lamb of God for example. Like Mark is very bluesy and Willie is like more like metal, like if that makes any sense. So like their styles like blend pretty well, and you get to hear that Lamb of God sound.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's definitely like here at Exile. We're the same way. Like you can correct me if I'm wrong, DJ, but like DJ's more of a like thrashy type of guy. So like our thrashy riffs, they actually come from DJ.
Thrash and like early death kind of stuff. Like Alex is our genty boy. Like I did not know about much of that. Like I listened to a lot of it before I joined the band, but like meeting him kind of changed my playing style, and like I've influenced him. He's like my perfect guitar match. I love that kid, dude.
Awesome.
I come up with a riff, he instantly knows the part to compliment it. I love it.
Let's dive a little bit into like the history of the band. How'd you guys start and form, and how'd you guys like meet?
So we had studio recording in 2013 And I was wearing an Iron Maiden shirt, and I walked in, and the only other black dude in the class was like, "Bro, nice Iron Maiden shirt."
Facts. This is all facts. He kind of looked at me weird, and he was like, "Okay." And then like we started hanging out more. And of course we started talking about like music because he found out like I was a drummer. He was like, "Oh, I play guitar." And then our bassist at the time, Oscar, you met him through guitar, right?
Yep, he was in my Guitar 2 class.
Mm-hmm. So we all started hanging out and stuff, and we started talking about wanting to be in a band. And then I think me and DJ jammed one day, and then you met Alex at a party.
He was wearing a Periphery t-shirt. I walked in. I was already kind of a little buzzed at this point. I can admit that. And I was like, dude, I have to hug you. I love that band. So he and I like, hung out on the balcony all night, just kind of played acoustic guitar and drinking and having a good time. I was like, dude, I know this drummer. And then Aaron actually showed up to that party later.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. It just worked out beautifully. And then like we all jammed together. Like invited Alex over. And we wrote our first song like the first day we jammed together, which was
that's awesome.
Pretty unique. And that's when I was like, all right, maybe we should be a band because this was too easy, you know. And then our first vocalist, Victor, which is on our EP and Stagnant Waters Breed Life, that was Oscar's friend from high school. So he was just like, hey, I know a guy who does vocals, like let's have him come through. So yeah, and then pretty much the band was formed after that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yep.
It sounds about almost as organic as it can be, unless you guys were in like a apocalyptic situation and you guys were all just randomly put together. And you're just like, dude, I play guitar. Well, I play drums. It's like, let's make a band in this crazy time. It's like, there we go.
That's how it felt. Like that's truly how it felt. It was just like, oh wow, we just all fit together super well. And it's like every song we started writing, like not that it was like easy in that sense, but just like it was just easy to deal with each other's like different opinions and stuff too. And it was just like the writing process flowed. So it was just like, we got to do it.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, I feel like the problem we ran into a lot was like we found people that played different instruments like guitar or bass or something like that, but they had completely different musical styles. Like they were into like the Doors or something, Jimi Hendrix.
I just like the Beatles. Me too. I only like the Beatles.
Oh, the Beatles.
All
yeah,
right.
the Beatles kid.
This is like anything else? The White House.
Yeah.
Like you just name it out. It's just like Abbey Road. All right, man.
I know
cool.
exactly who you're talking about.
I was just like,
meanwhile,
sick,
like,
dude.
yeah, me and Jesse were all like Mastodon, System Down, like, metal and stuff like that. And it was kind of hard to find people like that. Or we had the guy, when you jam with him, he just solo the whole time. Like you couldn't, it's hard to play with that.
I did meet a guy. Dude, it's crazy, dude. You go?
I was saying like fun fact. So Alex actually, he wasn't he didn't solo. I made him solo. So like the first song we wrote, there was a riff that came up, and literally like I shouted to him. I was like, Alex, solo now. He's like, and he starts speaking.
That's awesome.
I was like, congratulations, you do the solos now. He's like, oh, okay. So like through our process of being in the band, like he's like actually learned how to solo while being in the band.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome. That'd be like, how do you choose a lead guitarist? I point at them with my drumstick, and I tell them, you have to be. That is your job now.
Throw it into the fire.
It's like King Arthur's sword. I hit him with my shimmering. What drumstick do you use? Like Vic Firth or Promark?
Was it Vic Firth? Yeah.
Yeah, I hit him with my shimmering Vic Firth as it shines in the moonlight, and I grant them the power of shred. Just start ripping. So
you guys have like, any plans of making like a music video for one of the 4 tracks?
Yes. We plan on doing a music video. As you know, like the whole COVID-19 thing kind of made things weird. So before we went to quarantine and everything, we was already talking with a videographer to get it done, and then that happened, so it kind of pushed things back. But we still don't plan on releasing it. Hopefully sometime in like the next like month or so.
Oh, so it's already recorded, filmed, I should say.
We need to record it.
Okay.
Actually, we need to record it. We're dreaming here. We're dreaming. So we're dreaming.
My bad.
But no, like we do have other content too that is recorded and stuff like that. Like we have a playthrough video coming up soon.
Oh, yeah.
So that's recorded and actually being edited right now. And then we want an official music video later, which we still have to record and release and everything. So
I think the playthrough videos are so cool too, because most of the time you see some like random guy just like uploading his cover of the song, and if it's not like a really popular song or something like that, you don't know if that's right. You're like, okay, I'm just gonna go with this guy saying. But when the band actually posts it, you actually see how they play, how it's supposed to be played. You know what I mean? I much appreciate that. Or the ultimate guitar tabs that are just not right.
Dude. So it's funny story about Ultimate Guitar. Like for me, the coolest thing ever was finding out our band popped up on Ultimate Guitar.
Nice.
And I was like, holy shit, someone's tabbed our stuff. And like some of it was right, but more recently we actually found this guy from Chile. He did a cover of one of our songs, Karmic, and like it's pretty much 99% right. I think Alex said he got one part of the solo wrong, but otherwise he covered the entire thing and nailed it. It was awesome.
Dude, that's awesome.
And
Also,
it
must
was
be a
all by
crazy
the
feeling
ear.
too. Oh man, just a random person across the world just playing your stuff. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Oh man. Actually, I never understood that because like Nick Nocturnal does that on YouTube. Like, you ever see that guy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, literally, just like he learns songs as they come out, like the day of. Like if he just did that, he's like, "Hey man, love your song." It's learned it already. Like it's like.
Do you ever talk about how he does that? Like, how do you learn something that quick?
He said it's all based on the key, I guess. He said you learn the song, what key the song is, then you can basically break down all the notes. I was just like, all right, man, sounds easy to you. And he learned like the entire Trivium album in a day. He just did it for shits and giggles. He's like, I'll just do it.
It gives me like such mixed feelings because I'm just like, wait, is your brain just really big or is mine small?
Yeah, right.
So I'm like the way where I think my brain's small. That's how I'm thinking right now. It's like I can't even fathom that. Do you guys have any songs that you go like? Usually when bands go out to jam, they have like that song they cover to warm up. Do you guys have a song?
Did we cover the warm up? It took us what 5 years to convince Alex to play one cover.
Oh, dude,
he wouldn't do it.
He wouldn't do covers. I think we've covered 6 by All That Remains when Ollie passed. And
nice.
Then we did Possession by Whitechapel, and I think there was one more. As I Lie Dying, we did Struggle.
Oh, those are 3 great songs. That's awesome.
That's the thing. Like we had to pick them because it had to be like really awesome. Like Alex, like I'm not doing it unless it's a really cool song. So like, okay, all right, fine, fair. So we ended up getting him to do it. So sometimes like when we're in our band practice space, like we'll like jam out stuff. Usually we just pull a song, like an old song that we have. Like usually our go-to is Downpour.
Okay.
Because like it's pretty easy to play and it just feels good. So
yeah,
nice warm-up tracks.
Those are sometimes the best songs though. Yeah.
Do you think you'll put like covers on like a B-side or something like that, or no?
If we were, it'd have to be like the cover of covers. It's always so hard to convince Alex to do covers now.
Well, it's like when you do covers and stuff, like there's only like pretty much 3 options. Either it sucks, it's mediocre, or it replaces the current song. So it's intimidating, because like, and so like we try to just be really careful. Like if we're gonna cover something, like it has to be like the type of cover where it's like you make it into your style. I think those covers are much better than just playing the replica,
Yeah.
Yeah, worked for Alien Ant Farm. They crushed it.
Yeah.
Everyone loves that.
Right? Exactly. There's some covers out there where it's like, I don't even want to listen to the original. It's not as cool. So.
As I was going to ask, is there a cover that comes to mind that you think is better than the original?
Well, you already said it, so. Criminal is a perfect cover. As far as other cover, okay, so I have a Blasphemous cover. I have 2, okay, because one I think sucks terribly, which is unpopular, and then there's another one that I think is great that people think sucks. So it's like it's push-pull. I think that Death's cover Painkiller sucks. I hate it.
Oh.
Yeah, I said it. I forgot they did on stream. Let it know. Like, I do not like that cover at all. But another cover that people like, well, I don't like that cover. I think it was great. Was the band Anon the Thrack. They did a cover of Power Slave.
That was
that's
cool.
a good one.
And I thought it was raw. I was like, this is amazing. Like, I love this.
Yeah. I didn't realize because I had it on shuffle that was the song until like that Power Slave riff started happening. I was like, oh my god, it's Power Slave.
Yeah, exactly.
So
it's like almost almost unrecognizable because it's their style, but it's like once you know the song and it's like, okay, I know what they're doing. And I was like, man, this sounds brutal. And I'm just like, I love it.
Yeah. Well, I can just tell you one tip. Avoid Deftones if you don't like or like Deftones. Those fans will come at you hard. If you're not as good as Chino, they'll just be like, you should be burned. It's like, I love Deftones too. No, you didn't. You put out that abomination. It's just like, all right.
Yeah, they'll come for your throat, man. The Deftone people are like, they're diehard fans. Like, you might get stabbed. You might get stabbed.
I'm avoiding it. I'll just go to their concerts. Just avoid.
So do you guys have any plans for like live stream shows, like a Zoom recording kind of show or anything like that?
Funny you mentioned that. We were literally just talking about that. I think we got to get on it. We want to do like every time that we have a practice every so often, like maybe run through a song or two live or like a riff and just do a quick Q&A with like the fans and stuff before like we get to full practice for the day. So we talked about doing one this coming Sunday. We still just got to decide what song. We were going to do a poll for what song fans want to see us play. And maybe give that a shot. Our singer was actually talking about doing a full set. Oh man, full EP set would be killer. I think we'd be pretty tired after that.
Like we talked about doing that, and then like I was like, man, I don't know, man. I feel like that kind of like it doesn't have the same magic as a live show, you know. Like I don't want to present that, you know. So it's like I'll kind of save that. Like we'll probably do maybe like a song like from the EP or something, just like to play it through, but like an actual full like set and everything. Like I'm like, nah, let's save that for when we can do shows again.
Yeah, it's tough. Like I just watched Trivium and Dance Gavin Dance just came out with their crazy like overproduced sets, and I'm like, oh, that was pretty cool. But yeah, there is that weird yearning to like, oh man, like the one singer, I forgot, the screamer in Dance Gavin Dance, he just looked like bored as can be. Like he was just kind of walking around the stage. I was just like, yeah, it must be really fucking hard to get into it looking at an empty room ahead of you. Just one guy in a camera just giving you a thumbs up. Yeah, go. Keep rolling. Just start rolling.
Especially like, I don't know if you guys have ever been to a Dance Gavin Dance show. Like I'm a fan of Dance Gavin Dance, and their shows are hype. So it's just like going from that to nothing. It's like, yeah, I could see it.
Yeah. Well, also, when you have that sea of girls, I never thought – I saw them the first time when they opened with Son of Robot, and it just goes from the screaming to singing. Just the screaming, you just see all the dudes just fucking moshing. And then, like – and it goes to the singing when it just cuts out to Tilly's voice. You just – just love, like, oh, my God, this is loud as shit. I was like –
people don't understand. Like, I try to tell them that. They're like, no way. Because, like, I feel like Dance Gavin Dance is one of those bands, like, either you love them or you hate them.
It's
like,
weird.
There's a few people who are in between about it. But, like, people who love them, like, they'll tell you, like, yo, like, you really gotta go to their shows because their shows, like, they're definitely one of those, like, crowds where it's, like, they're super, like, niche. So, like, all their fans care a lot.
Yeah, they're a lot bigger than I thought a band like that. Well, until I found them, because I remember, like, I used to just think they were the Warped Tour band, like, way back in the day.
Yeah.
And then I just saw Artificial Selection came out. I listened to Son of Robot, and I was like, all right. And I listened to the whole album. I was like, oh, my God, stacked with tunes, like, front to back. I was like, where'd this band been? And then I just kind of started going on this deep dive, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. And it's just like, they're all so good, and it's weird, yeah. Like literally, people either fucking like, dude, the guy's voice, and then he starts screaming, like, come on, pick a lane, you know, just always those people. I'm like, you like metal? Every band does that now. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
like, straight up. Like I was the same way. I thought the same thing. Like, first of all, you hear the name Dance Gavin Dance, you're just like, nah. Yeah. But our first vocalist Victor, like he hounded me about it. He was like, please, like, just I swear to God, it's so good, please. And so I was like, fine, pick your favorite album. I'll listen to it out of respect for you. And I listened to it, and I was upset because I was just like, I can't go back and tell him that it sucks because it doesn't.
Oh man, you just hide the Spotify playlist. It's like, dude, it blows, and then just secretly listening with one ear. It's like, dude, this what's that? It's a new the other band. I don't know, Lamb of God's secret album or what the fuck ever.
No, don't worry about it.
Shit's metal. Yeah, no, they're good. And obviously, they're like, if nobody out there hasn't seen it, go buy their little set. It was actually crazily produced. I was like, whoa! Like,
was it like set up like Trivium's?
A little bit. No, it was a little bit smaller, but it was like a stage. It was like a sound stage, and they had these crazy interludes and all that shit. And I was like, it sounds good. I know it's like meant to sound good, but I feel like every time a set's ever recorded, it always kind of sounds like shit to me. Like you just hear too much, like stuff you wouldn't hear live. Where you're just like, what does that sound? It was like you would never hear this live. Which, to be fair, it's hard to do. But no, they crushed it. So did Trivium. But
I think Trivium sold over 12,000 tickets.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah. $9 a pop. That's pretty good.
Yeah, like they're like their fans care. I'm telling you, bro.
Yeah.
Like
it's nuts. And it's also nice, like, because I'm curious how much more money you make when you do the live show on like a streaming platform, because like you're not Ticketmaster's not involved. There's a lot of like players in the game that steal money from not steal, but like they got fees, whatever. Maybe it's stealing. I don't know the business, but you know, and it's like your money's going directly to them and going to like some production staff and probably a manager. I'm curious, like how big of a cut? $12,009 a pop. Like how much are you getting out of that? I'm like, I hope as much as they can. Like,
well, I mean, normal tickets are like,
can't you tip too?
Yeah. No, not there. That was on their personal live thing. But if you do Twitch, Twitch you can tip and stuff. Like when Code Orange was like the first band that did it when COVID
That's what
started.
I was thinking of.
Like, yeah, they did it on Twitch, which is for free though. But they got subscription money. They got tips. People saying that they're going to stage drive in their living room. Please catch me. You know, which I don't know why I thought it was awesome. I was like, that's kind of hilarious. Like, yo, if I do this, will you guys catch me? I'm in my living room. No.
So what are bands that you guys have been currently into? We were talking about Dance Gavin Dance. Well, what are you guys like really into? I mean, Aaron, we can start with you. Sorry for putting you on the spot.
Yeah, I don't know. It's the same thing with people. I was like, so what are you into? I was like, I forgot everything that I'm into. So,
Aaron, can you tell me what's the real you?
just
back up. What makes you tick?
As far as bands, like I'm trying to think. Like I've been trying to like explore a little bit. It's nothing. I don't think I really listened to anything kind of new recently, to be honest. Besides, of course, I listened to the Dance Gavin Dance album, of course. But overall, like I like exploring like into like more hardcore. Because the thing is, like, I didn't realize like I had like a thing for hardcore until like I played in like a local hardcore band I was filling in, and I was like, oh, I actually really like this. And so I started going like more hardcore shows. So I started like going to and like first wave metalcore stuff. So like, you know, like Jesus Piece and like Knock Loose and stuff like that. I was really into Sea Space Cowboy for a while.
Oh, okay, nice.
So yeah, like stuff like that is like kind of what I've been into lately. So I'm kind of looking for stuff like that. I think the most recent band I listened to, I was like, oh, this is kind of tight. It was like Homewrecker. The new End album I really like, actually. Yeah.
Oh yeah, End. Yeah.
Pariah.
So it's
so nasty.
So heavy.
Talk about a wall of sound. I'm blown away. The disgusting, like I never heard something so dirty but so clean at the same time. Like you understand everything that's happening, but it just sounds like it's covered in muck. Like the whole time you're like, oh, it's just filthy and it's so heavy, but it's awesome. Like, oh my god.
So like me, I love that raw sound. Like I love that. Alex hates it. So for me, I was just like, hey, you should listen to this album. And he was just like, let me tell you, I have ear fatigue off the first song. Like it's like I'm so tired of listening to this. I was like, it's not for everybody. Yeah,
I know a guy like that actually. Yeah. Well, you said he's like a gent guy, right?
Yeah.
Well, they come from the world of perfectly produced. Like I love gent. Don't get I love Periphery. I love like whatever. List them all. I don't care. Tesseract. Yeah. But like it's just like these super technical bands that are just they're super good. So everything is perfect. It's like
production.
You know? It's amazing. But like, sometimes you want a little filth. Sometimes you want it. You want to get your brand new jeans dirty in a game of dodgeball in the mud. I don't know. You just sometimes.
Well, like even like our guitarists, like you guys use noise suppressors and everything. So like when I listen to CV Space Cowboy, it's just all feedback in between the cellos. And he's like, no, I hate this. I'm like, it's the best part.
Oh yeah. But isn't that weird? I always wonder that. I guess it's like kind of breaking down the psychology of like humans as animals, but it's like, why do we like that? I like Dillinger, right? Anyone Dillinger Escape Plan fans? And it's like, dude, like Calculated Infinity. That album is filthy. Just like how fast, it's like as fast as humanly possible, as technical, and it's just filthy all the way through. I'm like, but why do I like this? Because some people listen to this, and it just sounds like a computer that can't load a program. It's like, beep, 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 beep. It's just like losing its fucking mind. It sounds like the stock market. It's just like, but I fucking love it. I went to all three of their last shows. I lost my mind the whole time. I was like, fucking, or like the alarm clock riffs, like those started, and everyone loves them. Literally, the riff is like a 43% burn. It's like, dude, that's the simplest shit. and I fucking eat it up. And some people are like, that's not pretty. Like, you know, maybe like, I don't know. It's like some people are like, that's filthy and disgusting. It's like, yes, but I love it for some reason.
But if I do that, I think it sounds terrible. Like,
Yeah,
I'm playing that
too.
on guitar, I'm like, nah, I don't like this. But they do it. It sounds so good.
Oh yeah, it's weird.
We talked about that before. Like I talked about it with like Alex too, because like, you know, panic chords and stuff like that. I was like, it's just like because it's like so grating. It's amazing how, first of all, it incites violence every time. like, it's like that's the opposite reaction. But it's like at a metal show, it's perfect, you know. So like listening to bands like you said, like Dillinger, Daughters, yeah, like and then like of course like Grind. So you know you got Pig Destroyer and stuff like that too.
You just get disgusting. Like
every person is like, this is noise, but like to you, you're just like, yeah, like Converge, yeah, like, you know, like that's what you want to hear. I don't know. It's just something. I think it's just something about that grating sound. It's like it reinforces the culture that's already associated of just wanting to just move and hit people, you know. So like it just works out perfectly.
That could be it. Yeah, it's just weird. I had to go help my dad out with something. So I literally drove in the car and I took over the car player like the child I am, and I started playing my music. And there was just a heavy tone, like it was some heavy chug riff. And I was like, why do I love that? The bass, it's just a simple chug, but when that bass hits in with the thickness, I'm like, fuck yeah, you make that face, the stink face. Like, yeah. It's like I could play that, but it's amazing. Something about the tone and the energy put into the recording. I don't know. But I digress. Let's break down the human psyche some more, maybe.
Well, DJ, what have you been into?
As far as what I've been listening to as of late, I think Abysmal Dawn's new CD just came out this year, and I fucking love it. It's so good.
I heard a lot of good things about that. So I haven't checked it out myself.
Dude, it's great. That I've been loving the new versions Crowned a lot. Cattle to Cow. And then there's this UK band, God Eater, actually. Those guys are fucking awesome.
Hey, didn't fucking Kadeem from Loathe say something about God Eater?
Maybe.
I gotta go check them out. That was the band he said. I don't know why I didn't just listen back to the interview. But
wait, the band Kadeem sent to us in the chat?
No, he's like, because we asked him about, it doesn't matter. But yeah, that's a hard lineup. So you're like the death metal guy, I guess, right? You said you're like the thrash guy?
Yeah, that's where Alex and I kind of differ at some points, because like I do love some shit like Abysmal Dawn and Decrepit Birth and things like that, and I'll be in the car with Alex, he'll just look at me, he's like, it's just too much, man. I appreciate the technicality of it, he's like, but it's just too much.
Dude. Well, actually, because you're like that, then maybe you respect this. I remember I was watching, like, I think it was Between the Buried and Me's drummer was doing a playthrough, and he did, like, a blast beat. And, like, all the prog kids come in, and they're like, dude, this is how metal drumming. He, like, reinvented metal drumming. I was like, dude, this is prog drumming. I was like, you're going to tell me that any death metal drummer is like, it's just like all they do is blast beat. I'm like, yeah, because it's a different genre, you goof fucks. Like, what are you talking about? It's just a different type of music. Like, how are you going to compare it to, like, any, like, what is it, like Deicide or some shit, or fucking, like, any, like, yeah, no shit. It's like, of course you're not going to hear Between the Buried and Me from there. It's like, it's murder. It's just death metal. It's just death metal as it gets. No, but,
damn.
Oh, dude. Oh, yeah. Well, you just hear they're doing, speaking of live shows, they're doing Colors twice for some reason, which is awesome.
I was going to the show in Phoenix, and then COVID-19 happened, and I cry every night about it. Like,
COVID-19.
What was it? No, it wasn't Colors. We went to the Colors one, actually.
That was like 2 years ago, I think, a year ago.
This was the Great Misdirect.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Playing all of the Great Misdirect, and then playing a second set afterwards, which I don't even know how they have the energy to do that.
That's the dream. I always wanted to see it. Oh, dude. What were you saying? Sorry.
Oh, about DJ? Yeah. Oh, dude, God. Like, the moment I heard White Walls, I was like, okay, nothing else is ever going to compare to this. I have to try to be this good for, like, the rest of my life.
You know how, like, you get older and, like, your music taste, like, develops? Like, I don't know if you guys ever listened to bands before, and at first you were like, this band sucks, okay? That was actually me with BT Bam. Like, I listened to Obfuscation the first time, and I was like, these guys are tryhards, they're pretentious. You know, I was like, this is stupid. And then, like, I had to eat my words years later, because I went back and listened, because I finally was like, oh, let me go listen to Alaska, because I heard Selkies for the first time, and I was like, all right, let me go listen to it. I was like, oh my God, I love this band so much. And I was just like, oh, I was stupid back then. I forgot. So
That's
I
what
think
an
that happens
awesome
too
opinion.
often for me. I think one of the bands is when Jesse originally showed me Every Time I Die. Did not care for them.
Yes.
Now I really like them. Seeing
Yeah.
them on a boat is the best thing ever. I'll go by. Seeing them on that boat cruise when they go around on the
What, the
ferry is amazing.
70,000?
No, they do because we live by like right next to New York. They do. Well, they started doing it like 3 years ago. They haven't done it this. They're probably not going to do it this year, obviously. But they hire like a little beer like lake boat, like a river boat, and everyone piles on it. It's like a ferry, yeah. So basically, it's like they get on the boat and they play 2 sets. They play 1 set to the Statue of Liberty, and then they play a set back to the dock. And it's just a small boat. Dude, you never seen a mosh pit when the boat rocks and you just see the one guy run and fucking he just like falls in everyone.
And the best is the ceiling is like so close, right?
Oh, they punch it. Literally, people are punching the tiles out of the fucking.
Yeah, it's like, crazy. It's all over the place. You see the wires and like, it's insane.
Like, okay, so this is the difference for me. Like when it comes to like metal and hardcore, like like I love metal mosh pits all day, but it's like there's something about energy when it comes to like metalcore and like hardcore and like the like especially like those type of bands. Like, man, like I always see the crazy shit at those shows. Like that's what I like to see.
Yeah.
Punching out ceiling, like pulling down the fan, somebody leaving it. Like
he moshed with a drop light.
I saw Knock Loose with Riding Out. On his recent already at Riding Out, Knock Loose didn't even hit the stage yet. Ambulance. Somebody broke their leg.
Oh.
Like, someone got their teeth knocked out. Like I was just like,
it's like Vane. Vane shows.
Yeah.
I immediately got punched right in the face as soon as their set started. First note, I was like,
Yeah, I love Vane, and I guess I got a little cocky. I've been to like hundreds of shows. I've just been going since I was 13, just going all the time. And I went, I was like, usually you're pretty safe during the first band. No one gives a fuck. You're like, I'm going to check this band out. I listened to their album. I thought it was cool. First note, literally the side of my head. I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, shit. I was like, we're already at that point in the night. And I just like push everyone. I'm like, you just like go into panic moshing. Like, just mosh your way to safety. Get out of here.
Like everyone's a victim, okay? Like, everyone can become a victim real fast at those shows. Like I had a buddy of mine, like he told me like dude's like 6'2", massive dude. He got knocked out in California. Like that spin kick comes, it's over.
Yes.
Yeah, the hardcore scene really changed when capoeira got people started learning capoeira. I don't know, one hardcore kid went to Brazil, he danced on a beach for like a week, and he just came back, started knocking kids out. And people started fucking learning, wore some kind of beads and a fucking like some kind of like garb, and just started throwing head kicks. And I was like, Jesus Christ!
What's that video? I saw a video. It was like I think it was down in Florida. Like it was some hardcore show. I forget who it was for, but dude was just butt naked.
You know what? That's a guy that's butt naked.
Like, no, first of all, no one wants to touch him. He's naked, but on top of that, it's like he's swinging hard. Like,
dude, he's swinging hard 3 times, 2 fists, and you know what's between his legs. He's creating a whirlwind. He's like a Beyblade. Look at him, he's spinning.
Oh shit! Well, I think this is a good time to segue into our segment we like to call the 3 random silly questions segment. We ask you 3 random questions, and it's usually fun. So you ready for this?
Yep. Yeah.
What a way to sell it, Chris. It's usually fun.
Hey, I had times where like the person I interviewed was not into it. They were like, okay, I guess
that's a good way to put it on them. It's like, if it's not fun, it's your fault. You signed the waiver. If you got, it's like COVID businesses now. If you want to eat here, you got to sign the waiver. If you die, your fault. You just wanted to eat here. Like, all right.
All right. Question number 1. What is the worst job you've ever had? And Aaron, you could start.
Worst job I ever had. Probably when I was a door-to-door salesman for security systems.
Oh,
how's that like?
They would literally like pack us in a van. They give you the whole sales talk. They make you watch, what is it, Alec Baldwin with the art of selling or whatever, like to hype you up. They're like, like coffee for closers. Like, all right, whatever. Like, I'm 18. It's my first job ever. And so I'm like, all right. So first day I'm in there, I'm like, okay, they're like, you can make all this money because they got to sell it to you. And I'm like, yeah, let's make money. And so they take me out into the middle of this neighborhood, and they just kick me out the van, and it's like, we'll pick you up at 8 p.m. I'm like, wait. So I walk around. This is in Arizona. So I'm walking around. It's 100-something degrees outside. No,
Awful.
and neighborhood I've never been to, because at this point, like, this is when I first moved here. So, like, I hadn't been very far into the cities and whatnot. So I'm lost. I'm truly lost. So I'm knocking on doors, going up to people and saying, hey, your security alarm looks like it's outdated and you could possibly get robbed. So you should buy this new system. And I've had the cops calling me multiple times. They were just like, nope, he's trying to break in our house. And I was like, you know what? I get it. I understand. This is a sketchy operation. Worst job.
Honestly, to
That's
prove your
awesome.
point, you probably should have broke into their house.
Yeah.
Come back later and just wake up and like poke them on the chest. Hi, remember me from earlier? Don't worry, you're not going to get hurt. But here's my pamphlet. Here's my number. I broke in pretty easily. All right.
Notice how there's no alarm going off? Yeah. I can fix that.
So the dog is still sleeping. Even your dog didn't know.
Upgrade.
I can get you a brand new security dog. That bitch hears a crack. He starts barking like crazy. Call me. Here's my number. Dude, that.
What about you, DJ?
Yeah, that's an awful job. Jesus.
Man, mine nowhere as bad as that. Like, it was just a bad experience. I was working basically a snack bar for like the local popcorn or football thing in like the area because my mom was real involved in it. And it was like one day I was walking and I had to carry like a popcorn machine. I tripped over a grill because someone left that shit out. It fell and I stood up and like I wiped my face and all the moms are looking at me real scared. I don't understand what's going on. And then like one of the dads comes over. He's like, oh shit. So I guess when I fell, the popcorn machine cut like the bottom of my nose.
Ooh.
So it's just gushing blood. I guess I'm in shock. I have no idea what the fuck is going on. So I just pick up the machine and I walk it back to the snack bar. I'm wiping it down. And my girlfriend at the time is like, oh my God, honey, what happened? And my mom's yelling at me. She's like, Dajean, don't get blood on all the equipment. I'm like, I don't know what happened. And I was like, dude, I made $60 that night. After all of that, like I still went to the fucking hospital. I got my nose stitched up and shit. Came back and they only paid me $60. They're like, well, you got blood on some of it and people didn't want to buy popcorn. So I'm like,
Come on.
all right.
Dude, and they somehow have like the spreadsheet so they could like show you how much popcorn you ruined. It's like, you got it on this much, not many people. It takes about 37%. So we took about 37% out here. I was like, dude, fuck that. Imagine, what you think it was like butter? Man, this butter's really tastes like pennies and looks red as fuck for some reason.
Fast it went. Like it hit my nose and I wiped it. And I guess like when I moved it across, you could see it separate from my top lip. And that's when everyone was like, okay, you need to go to the hospital. But I didn't feel shit. I guess I was just in shock. I don't know.
Well, that's also somehow if you get like a perfect cut. I don't know. Like I didn't know that as a kid. I was playing with a knife my grandpa gave me. You know, like you do when you're a kid.
Yeah.
And I was cutting the head off a toy. Like my background says I'm a sociopath for some reason. Don't worry. And I went right through the toy and I punched my finger with the knife, and it didn't hurt. I was like, oh, that was scary. And then I just saw like blood just coming out. I was like, oh, and I just did this and it just went everywhere. I was like, oh my God, it's bleeding everywhere. I was like, but it's not hurting. Like, why is there so much blood? I was like, what the fuck? And I was just like, I learned that. I was like, oh yeah, it's a perfect cut. It means you'll die of bleeding. You'll bleed out, but you won't feel it. I was like, what the fuck? No one told me about that.
Anime shit right there, dude.
Life lessons.
Yeah, I haven't played with
Virgin
knives
dolls.
yet. Yeah. I'm actually against knives now. I use forks to cut my waffles now.
All right, question number 2. What's one of your biggest pet peeves? Aaron, you can start.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. My biggest pet peeve. Okay, so I have a few.
Nice.
List them all. Let's go.
I actually get irrationally angry at people who don't put shopping carts back.
Okay.
Like, and I know it's just like, well, no, I'm like angry. Like, I get out the car, like, what are you doing? Like, it's like, put the cart back. Like, I get so mad. Like, I will literally judge it. Like, if I have a friend and he doesn't put the cart back, like, I won't let him drive off without putting the cart back. Like, is this a thing with me? I don't know where it comes from either, because it's not like it was some kind of like traumatic experience as a child or anything. I'm just put the cart back.
You ever like work in carts or something like that? Like at a store?
No, I've never worked at a grocery store my whole life. Like,
Let me tell you, the job's awesome. Cart kid?
It's the principle. It's just the principle. Like, just go put
Yeah.
it back.
Yeah.
I think, and then like a common one is just like, like when you're trying to explain something to somebody and they cut you off and they just start talking. You know, like that's like a common pet peeve. I feel like it's like, you know,
Yeah.
don't interrupt.
Yeah.
I think that's it. Do I have any more, DJ? Do I have more? They deal with me all the time, and like I know, like I could be irritating with certain things. I'm like, what is another pet peeve of mine? I don't know.
Every
DJ
time I
always
turn on the death cover of Painkiller, he just gets irrationally angry.
Rage.
He actually sounds like the original Rob Halford. Turn this off, like just like singing really hard.
I think the only one I can think of, man, honestly, is like if it takes us too long to explain something, it becomes like a Billy Madison moment. Like I can see the gears of Aaron's head. If like another one of the members of the band is talking and trying to explain something, I can see the gears slowly turning in his head. Like, dude, just get the fucking words out. Like, just
fucking Mike. Oh my god. So you know how they always have the thing where it's like, oh, drummers are never quiet. I'm the quietest drummer ever, but my bassist Michael. Every time I talk, the boom, 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 boom. I'm like, why are you like this? Like, please. Like, it's to the point now where I just walk up to his amp, it is muted. I just mute his amp. Shut up. And he does it every time. Like, it's been years now. And I explain to him every time, like, hey, man, like, don't do that. So now I just turn off his amp. I was like, shut up.
It's like, Jesus Christ. Was it like Scott Pilgrim versus the World? You guys are fighting with like sound. You just playing it. It's just like, let me talk. Boom, boom, boom. What does he like play like corn? Boom, knock, knock, knock. He's just like, stop it, Michael.
What's Mike's thing is what?
Dig. That's his jam.
That's
Dig?
Every time.
Yeah.
Dig all the time.
Great song.
Honestly, that's metal as fuck. I love. No one brings up Dig anymore, dude.
It was a meme not too long ago. It was a meme about it. Remember, someone put it like 10 hours straight or something.
That sounds
just
like,
that riff.
That sounds like a way to interrogate people. Put them in a room, maybe with a white sheet in it. You're just in a white room and you just play bum bum ding for 17 hours straight. It's just like, oh my god.
All right. Put it on.
The best is they're a metalhead. They're like, joke's on you. I love Dig. You don't love this kind of Dig. Turn the light off and just like walk out. Just like, oh my god, it never starts. The song never starts. Oh my god. It's like what was that Foo Fighters song, The Best? When it just did the best for 10 hours straight. You're the best!
Just over and over again, like, please.
Get the words.
Was it the Smash Mouth one too?
Yeah.
And it don't stop coming and it don't stop coming. I
don't know why that genre of video started happening, but I love it. I just like every time you just like a new one. Like who was oh fuck! Literally, I laughed too hard. I laughed the idea out of my. Never mind. All right, continue.
You know how you can like, you know how you can mirror your phone to like TV now, like YouTube. You can cast it to your TV, whatever. So I found. You guys familiar with Jesus is a Friend of Mine? That video.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So there's like a
that one.
there's a 10-hour loop of it. So I knew my mom was watching TV in the other room. So I'm in in the other room. I cast it to TV. He was like, what is this? And it just kept playing over and over. And I just laughed. I was like, all right, goodbye.
The best part of that is she doesn't know how to turn that kind of stuff off.
Yeah, she does.
So it's just like, Jesus was a dude. Jesus was a friend of mine. It's just like, Jesus Christ.
So there's this 10-hour version of I can't think of the artist's name, but he does. It's a rap song. It's like, I got hoes.
Yeah.
And it goes to the hoe, and that's it. That's the whole song. Pretend this hoe.
It just hoes that hoe.
It just keeps going. And I put it on for Alex, and so he's like talking, and like 5 minutes go by, and he's like, "What is this?"
That's awesome. Oh, dude. Well, I highly recommend though. This is like homework, I guess. You never got homework from a podcast, but they did like. You ever see those roller coaster videos? It was like 1979 by Smashing Pumpkins. It was it's all the way down.
That made me laugh so hard. It's so simple, but it made me laugh so hard.
Or what was it? Or We Are the Champions. They did that for Queen too. Just another one. I'm like, dude, it's the same concept. I laughed so hard I started wheezing. My asthma came up out of nowhere. I just died. I was just like,
Didn't know I had asthma.
I was like, I found out I had asthma. I needed. It was awful.
8 years old.
Oh man.
All right, question number 3. What?
We didn't ask DJ. I was gonna say your name. I already saw. I saw it coming.
Yeah.
I saw the name coming out wrong. I was like Dajean. I was like Dajean. I was like fuck.
Here it comes.
I was like DJ. We didn't ask his pet peeve. DJ, what's your pet peeve?
Honestly, man, like I think my biggest pet peeve is if someone tells me they have an issue or like a problem, I'm like very like, okay, I want to help people. So if it's like, this is my problem and all you have to do is like to fix it. But like, yeah, man, I just don't know what's going on. But dude, I just told you how to fix it. Yeah, but
you didn't validate my feelings.
But you I don't know things in the but you can do an argument with somebody and they're upset about something, like, no, I can help you, you just gotta do this. And they're like, yeah, but this and this and this. Like, okay, I understand you're upset and I understand the situation sucks. But we could literally resolve this like 5 minutes ago if we would have just did what I said. Would people just completely disregard that? That just drives me up the wall. Like, okay, I'm just gonna listen to you be upset. When things get worse, I'm not gonna offer any more advice. I might laugh.
Well, DJ, I want to know something. See, I'm about 100 pounds from my target weight, but I want to eat fast food still. So how do I, like, what do I do? I don't like to work out. I like to eat about 1,000 calories over my limit. How do we fix it? Go.
Hot yoga.
Okay. I was like, yeah, it was like, it's like, fuck this guy. That's the best when people say, I want to lose weight, but yeah, I want to eat all the shitty food. I'm like, you kind of have to work out like a professional athlete. I don't think you can. Like, I know I can't. Doing knee push-ups, fucking sweating after going down the stairs. Like, oh my God. That was such a hard work.
It blew my mind when Doyle from the Misfits said that he used to like destroy I think it was Reese's Pieces. I think he said there was some sort of candy that fans know, like they know he likes it. So when they do meet and greets, they just bring him bags of like, let's say Reese's Pieces.
Well, I want fans to bring me candy. What the
and he'll just devour the whole bag. And he was on the Josh show, and Josh is like, "How do you still look like that?" He's like, "Oh no, I have a good metabolism." I'm like, "No, you work out like a fiend, bro."
Like, are you kidding me? Like,
yeah, he's disgusting. You know how people like oil up their bodies to like look more muscular? I feel like he's the kind of muscular that just produces it somehow. Like he's just always like keeled the fuck up. He's like his abs are just always naturally shadowed. He's like, what the fuck?
What is that? Oh, I secrete testosterone. Like,
yeah,
like,
isn't he? He has to be close to 60 by now too, right? Like 55 or something, right?
Yeah.
Man,
no wonder he doesn't stop wearing the fucking face paint though. Just don't notice it. He's like his torso is like 25, his face is like 60. It's like I just won't let you see it. It's like Jesus Christ. Oh man.
All right, question number 3. What is your go-to breakfast food?
Y'all have
Great
breakfast?
question.
What was that?
Wait.
Like, y'all eat breakfast?
Oh fuck.
I eat breakfast, but I eat it at like midnight. At the time.
Yeah, it's actually true. I never eat breakfast when I'm supposed to eat breakfast.
Yeah,
I feel like I just replaced lunch or dinner with breakfast.
Yeah, when I woke up today, I had French toast for like lunch.
And I woke up at 2 p.m.
Right before this interview.
Oh man.
I devour cereal. Like I'll pick cereal over anything.
What's your go-to cereal?
The Underdog, man, Golden Grams.
The Underdog.
Dude, I'm telling you, people forget about Golden Grams until that's all that there is in their house, and it's like, oh my God, this is max. Like, it's absolutely delicious, and it's like it's not overly sugary either. It's like the perfect amount of sweetness. Like, this is great cereal overall.
Yeah, I never actually think of Golden Grams. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really good cereal.
Wait, is that it's like cinnamon? No, it's not cinnamon, right?
No, the Cinnamon Toast Crunch, which is like, you know, cinnamon sugar and everything. It's like it's you know, lesser known brother. So,
that weird brother that never got.
I love it. I can't get enough of them. Of course, peanut butter crunch. And it's never a small bowl. It's only mixing bowls.
Anything with peanut butter.
Yeah.
Salad bowl.
My favorite thing.
I used to try to get Cocoa Pebbles or the Cocoa Puffs, just because like afterwards the milk was like chocolate milk.
Chocolate milk. I can't eat like Fruity Pebbles and like Cocoa Pebbles because like I don't want to eat my cereal on a timer. Okay, you have like 1 minute before it goes out.
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
You're not doing it. Like that's the thing about Captain Crunch. Captain Crunch is so hard that it lasts forever. So
dare I say, it's
Hard.
the metal. It's the metal of cereal. It's as hard as fuck.
shot, I can feel my mouth bleeding, but I'm like, this is so good.
Well, that's like Cookie Crisp, dude. Like, you think like
Yo.
cookies is cereal? You're like, yeah, but you need like jaw strength. You need to get that jawser-size thing where you're biting it. You do 40 pounds of pressure every day, and you just like, you get fucked up by those things. I remember as a kid, I used to eat it. I was like, dude, it's hard. Maybe I'm a bitch and my gums are very soft now, but it's like, damn. Yeah, actually, well, DJ, you go first. Again, because no, you go. Sorry, you didn't go first. Because I have something to say. If you like cereal, everyone in this room's going to hate me.
Nah, man, I became a vegetarian full on at the start of this year.
There you go.
Girlfriend's vegan, so she's got me eating a lot healthier now. So she's got me on this thing called tachos. Really, it's just because like I'm a slut for potatoes in any form. So we fry up some like tater tots. We just throw some like cheese and salsa and jalapenos and sour cream and that shit. That is like my ideal breakfast.
Damn.
That is the shit.
Dude, that's awesome. Yeah, dude,
Tachos,
like,
man.
it's called tachos?
Yep.
Dude, wow. Yeah,
I'll
dude,
look that
everyone,
up.
I feel like everyone I know is becoming vegetarian. Maybe they're sending me a message subconsciously. Just like, yo, dude, it's like
Yeah,
vegan
more and more you talk
pancakes.
to
I was
people.
like, what the fuck? It's a vegan pancake. I'm like, all right.
I mean,
Dude,
like, I'll eat vegan food and stuff, but man, I gotta have my bacon, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I do. I have to be that guy where it's like, but bacon.
Oh, dude, yeah, bacon 1,000%.
I only know one person that doesn't like bacon, and because I got him a
Give
egg
me
and
the
cheese.
name, address. You must deal with this person. Unless you're vegetarian or vegan, you have no right to hate bacon.
Well, it's funny because like I got him one of those bacon, egg, and cheese wraps or whatever, and it was he got
only took
annoyed.
the
He's like,
bacon
"Oh, I don't
off?
like bacon." Yeah. He's like, "Next time, just get me egg and cheese." I was like, "Okay."
I'm sorry.
So I guess I'll get this out, piss everyone off that likes cereal. So I don't like putting milk in my cereal. I eat it plain. I drink the milk. I drink the milk outside because I hate the timer. I don't like that. I don't like eating fast. I want to eat it and I just drink the milk on the
Yeah, as I
side.
got older, I did that.
Yeah, maybe because I eat slow and I contemplate life too much when I'm eating it, but that's just
Okay.
how I am.
Listen. Okay, I don't know if y'all saw Get Out, but that's exactly how that bitch ate that cereal. Okay, like
Oh.
she ate it bit by bit and then drank the milk after. So you're actually a psychopath.
Well, didn't we go over the lack of
Full
personality
circle.
and life in my entire video screen? It kind of is par for the course. No background, no T-shirt graphic, no empathy. I eat cereal and drink the milk after.
This man has bodies in his basement. Do not trust him.
Yeah, honestly, I'm definitely not that guy, but I definitely look like the guy that would put your pet out of its misery for you. It's like, it's sick. Can you just like leave it to me?
Amazon box.
Got him, coach.
Just like, oh my god.
Okay,
Definitely not
so-
that guy. We love animals on the Military Experience podcast. And just put up the disclaimer. It's just like just put it out there right across the bottom.
Anyone who loves
Always having
animals is
emails
definitely
from
you.
dog.
We only eat animals that want to be eaten. They go through a form. They sign it in the slaughterhouse. Moo. You know, they want to be a steak.
Okay, so that was the random silly question segment, and yeah. So before we let you guys go, is there anything that you have like planned that you want to mention to fans or any listeners?
Does anybody have any plans this year?
I mean,
Let's think about learning a language. I don't know.
Yeah, what have you guys been doing
Spanish or
during
German or
quarantine?
something? I don't know.
Find a new hobby?
I mean, as far as like us, like I mean, like we already talked about the fact that we're gonna have like other videos and contents coming out. We're gonna start doing live streams for our practices. I mean, we're in Phoenix, so right now we're a hot spot for COVID. So like, there's like no timeline as far as when the shows will happen again.
Oh, it's bad there.
Yeah, it's bad. No one more. They just won't wear the mask. But yeah, like
It took time to get there, right? It wasn't there. Like when COVID hit everywhere, it was like barely in Arizona and Texas, right? That's why like people in Texas and Arizona are like, why the fuck would we wear it now? It's not here.
Yeah.
And I kind of strolled into town a little late. You're like, oh fuck, it's here actually. No, wait a minute.
It's like really here, and it's just like, yeah, if we just would have did it, we would have fine. Anyway, that's another song. But as far as us, like, I mean, like we were just promoting Novum Finem. Go listen to it if you haven't already listened to it. It's great. It's on everything: YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, Google, whatever y'all know what you use.
Well,
Pandora.
what's the best way to like for a fan to support you? Listening on like Spotify, listening through Bandcamp.
I mean, Bandcamp always, since we get the money for it. But like Bandcamp definitely, because you can find our merch on there too. We'll have physical copies for Novum Finem soon. That was one thing that people have been requesting. They're like, where are the physicals? I'm like, all right, hold on. So we'll have those pretty soon. But yeah, that's the main thing. And then of course, if you don't want to go to Bandcamp because fuck you guys. I'm like, okay, all right, so go to Spotify.
I don't like to spend $1 for my music, a single dollar.
Oh wait, listen, I had Napster back in the day. I ain't paying for nothing. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever.
Yeah, it's crazy. People are ridiculous. I swear.
Yeah,
But,
so that's what you can do. Yeah.
Cool.
That, and then if you have questions about Novum, or if you guys think you know what Novum's actually about, because the coolest thing we've had to do so far is to try to explain what the actual concept of the story is. You can message us on Facebook or Instagram. One of us will eventually answer, and we'll go back and forth. If you got questions about it, we're always free to answer.
Yeah.
Do you want to dive into it right now or no?
We could probably give a quick summary. So, like the first track is basically about like mankind's destroyed the earth, all our selfishness, wars, all that. We fucked up everything so bad. We're trying to find something out there in space. So we have this one ship that's going around trying to find a new suitable planet for us. And they found a sample of one planet, and the scientist is studying the sample, but he's fallen into his paranoia. He's stuck out there in space, the isolation, the hope of humanity is pending on him, and he can't figure out this answer. So he's trying to figure out what he can do to help better us as a society. And he opens up the container, which releases the virus that leads then into the pathogenic crisis on the rest of the ship.
Oh, damn.
And then we got a lot of influence from Dead Space and The Thing, actually. So, like, that was really cool because, God, dude, The Thing is such a good fucking movie.
Yeah, honestly, this was like a whole thing of like our favorite. Like, I love sci-fi horror. So that was cool because like there was a time where it was just like, let's research. What are you gonna do? Watch movies. So like we just started watching a bunch of like sci-fi movies and stuff. So yeah, he's right. Like The Thing, Alien, Invasion of the Body Snatchers. That's that kind of theme. So it moves into pathogenic crisis and everything, where it's pretty much pandemonium on the ship, them trying to escape, them not being able to figure out who's who. Which that's why The Thing sample is used.
The Thing is awesome.
Yeah.
So goes in that and the Novum Finem, the title track. Off of there, basically it's pretty much from like the virus's point of view, and the whole idea is supposed to be this whole like hive mind assimilation type of order. And then you hit a Tropic Abyss where it's studied around like regret for what they've done, and it's an accident, it's not what they meant, and pretty much how they're gonna figure out how to stop it.
The scientist moment. We never met for
Scientist
this to
moment.
happen.
Like, maybe we shouldn't have played God. Like, like that.
Yeah.
For some reason, I'm thinking of Jeff Goldblum as you said, the scientist.
Science. Life finds a way.
Well, before we run out of time again on here, just want to say thank you for joining the show, guys. It was a huge pleasure, and
You guys are awesome.
You guys are always welcome back.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having us.
You guys just want to chat.
Man. This is great.
Yeah, no, you guys are great. Also, I did listen to I do a React channel, so I didn't re-listen to the full EP. I'm going to react to it like closer to when this podcast comes out. So I listened to the first two tracks. Awesome. I listened to your music video. Probably shouldn't have listened to that one. Probably should have saved that, but I was just clicking around. I was like, whatever. It was gangster as fuck. Those tracks, they're awesome. You guys had like all my favorite influences in there. It feels like you got like Cal Decap, you got some like Within the Ruins type shit, and then fucking like
Black
it just
Dahlia Murder.
mixed in there. Yeah, Black Dahlia Murder. I was just like, God damn, they got everything in this fucking. It's the party mix of like extreme metal. Like
That about sums it up. Yeah, that about sums up the sound.
The
that was
genre.
awesome, dude. It was awesome. You guys all are sick as fuck with your instruments, and I had to suck you guys off before you guys got off. And you guys can have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for showing up, pals.
Thanks,
Awesome.
man.
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys so
All
much.
right, peace.
Have a good
Be
one.
safe.
And welcome back to the Metal Teddy Bear Experience podcast right now. This is your host, Chris. And that was Jesse right there, the psychopath.
It really started to look like it.
Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed that awesome interview we had with the Exiled Martyr. We had DJ and Aaron, awesome dudes from Arizona. Check out their band. Jesse, you want to say the EP name? Because I'll just butcher it again. It's Latin.
E pluribus unum. No, I'm kidding. Sorry, dude. I just know it's Latin. That's the only Latin name. I know it from, was it Unearthed? Was it Novum Finem?
Oh, yeah. And apparently it
Think so.
means a new thing, end of life or something.
New thing, end.
Yeah, if you do a rough translation on Google, that's what you get.
Whatever.
So,
Those guys are awesome. Their music is awesome. It was a pleasure having those guys on. I'm going to suck them off, like I said, without them even being here again. If you watch the podcast, I did it at the end. The guys are awesome. And I really like their whole vibe and even their art, too. Like, I looked at it. It's a class. It's pretty good art.
It's very good.
Their whole package is pretty dope.
And if you want to support them, you want to check out their music, make sure you go to their Bandcamp.
Right there, across the bottom of the screen. Yeah.
Bandcamp.
Now just put it in the bio. It's going to be in the bio.
But yeah, no, Bandcamp actually really helps out bands when you buy or listen to their music there. It goes directly to the band. Like, I know Bandcamp takes a bit of a cut, but most of it goes to the band, so that's good. When you go to like other websites like Amazon and stuff like that and Spotify, like not much goes to the band, so Bandcamp is doing it right.
Yeah, Bandcamp kind of crushes it. Honestly, Bandcamp, I don't know why I ignored Bandcamp for so long until basically.
I know why I did. Want to know why? Because
Because
most of the bands I liked were not on it.
Yeah, that's because you're a star fucker. But yeah, we're getting into it now.
Oh, Starfucker. Mastodon's on it, bud.
Yeah, so is Lamb of God.
Yeah, for their cassette.
Exactly, but it's not. All the big bands are only doing their fucking like one album. They're not.
No,
doing, like,
Mastodon was actually on it for Remission and Leviathan. Like, really good albums.
Yeah, so was the New American Gospel, bro. Is what? I almost bought the vinyl too.
I don't
saw
even
that.
consider that a Lamb of God album.
All right, all right. Kind of like started their
all
whole
the
sound.
all the comments right now is ripping me apart.
I fucking hope you get torched. I hope
The first album they put out is Sacrament, obviously.
I hope you get doxxed. I'm just like, they find out where you live. They come
Damn.
for you.
Randy's like, I'm never coming on this show again.
Fuck that. No, I love that album. No, it's like, yeah, Bandcamp. I don't know. I agree, but also I just I don't know. Like,
words.
no, yeah, right. I'm doing that again. No, like, I guess I either had the band on CD or I just listened to them on Spotify. And then I kind of looked at it like, even I don't even listen to it per se on Bandcamp. I just like buying the product through Bandcamp.
Well,
So
yeah, most of the time now, because I don't have streaming services like you do. What do you use? I get YouTube.
Deezer.
Oh, you're on Deezer.
I want to
now?
go back to Spotify because I just use Deezer, and now I paid for it for 2 months. I had like 4 months free, and now I've kind of gotten into paying for it. I just forgot to. But apparently they have like hi-fi audio and shit. Like, I don't know if it's true, but
No
it's like,
idea.
oh, we have higher quality streams. I was like,
Well, speaking
oh,
about
check
that too,
out.
with Bandcamp, they have, when you buy the music, you can get it in all different formats. You can get like that FLAC. You can get that MP3.
Wave file.
What's the MP3 VO?
Yeah, they have like 7 different file types. Like 5 of them I never heard about. I literally only ever heard of MP3, FLAC, and Wave. But dude, I didn't know. I was like, well, I might as well go for the biggest file. That means it's the best, right? It was like Wave. Wave is the biggest, or WAV.
No. Wave's not the biggest.
No, WAV is.
FLAC is.
It doesn't look like that on the gigabyte.
Oh yeah, let's go check after this, bud.
Yeah, bro, I challenge you. Let's do it on screen. Screen cap. Yeah, well, whatever. I just know I almost downloaded an album, and it was like, yeah, this is a gigabyte. And I was like, I was like, I remember
Yeah.
I used to download like not download. It was like, but back in the piracy days,
Back in the piracy
you
days.
download like a discography like when I was a child.
All MP3 for me.
2 years ago. No, I'm kidding. But like you literally would get like 5 albums for under a gigabyte almost. And it's like just one FLAC file or one WAV album. It's like a gigabyte. You're like, oh shit, no wonder people don't download that stuff. Like fucking so big.
Yeah, so I kind of
Bandcamp's
use
crushing it.
Bandcamp as a streaming platform sometimes because unlike YouTube, you can close the screen. So usually if a band has a Bandcamp like Moontooth or actually the one I've been going to a lot was Black Crown Initiate. They have their last album on it. So I've been listening to that on Bandcamp. The only problem is if you listen to it too much, they're like, all right, time to pay.
Oh, you listen to it for free, you dick.
Well, because I already own the music.
Oh.
I own the music. I just don't have. If I forget my like MP3 player or I don't have it on my phone, I already own it. I'm not gonna buy it again.
Yeah, we know what scares me is I did buy the Black Crown Initiate record. I have it now, the double blue. I own it now. Pretty good, but I am worried.
Really
I
cool.
hope that money doesn't go to E1. I guess because for the problems that they had. Remember, I was kind of like, I bought it. I was like, do they actually own their own Bandcamp, or is this like? Because I know sometimes like the label puts up their band up on the Bandcamp. So I was like, oh, whatever. Thing. I own it, but I still got to pre-order. I've been spending too much money, dude. I got to still got to pre-order the new album, especially after Holy Silence. Check out my reaction.
Dude, that's solo, bro.
Dude, that whole song.
That's
honestly,
solo, dude.
You know how we were talking? I hit Eric with this. You know how I was talking about I don't think there's not many contenders for album of the year that can beat Loath's album. I think Black Crown Initiate's album is setting up to either tie it or maybe beat it, but at least be second and first tie. Like
that's a huge statement from you. One, because of how hard you fanboyed for Loathe and how much you love Lamb of God.
Well, Lamb of God, yeah, but I feel like the Lamb of God album was really good. But I feel actually technically Killswitch released technically an EP, I guess if you count it. I love that.
I know some people do. I don't consider that as when I do my album like on Metal Insider, I do like the top 10 albums of the year. I'm not gonna put Killswitch on there because that was the EP. I will put that as an honorable mention.
I did like it a lot. They had like that
really
power
good.
metal song, but power metal sound.
I understand why they didn't make the album though for those songs.
Yeah, no, you actually after listening to all the way through, you're like, yeah, no, the songs on the album were the rightful choice. But regardless, because before I said Loathe and Code Orange were my album of the year, those two, and they were
forgot
kind of
about Code Orange.
Yeah, well, Eric gave me shit. He's like, dude, this album sucks compared to Loathe. I'm like, dude, just listen. But I don't know. Listening to it all the way through, like there's something about an album when an album's good enough to listen straight through.
Which one, Code or
Code Orange? Like maybe the songs, like I don't know. This is not an insult. Like, I don't think the songs are weak on their own, but for some reason, I feel like as a piece of art. Same with Loathe, because the album is great. Both albums.
That's why I couldn't tell what you were talking about.
But that's what I mean. Both albums straight through are fantastic. Like it's kind of like Irie Works with Dillinger Escape Plan. Irie Works doesn't have the best Dillinger Escape Plan songs on, but as an album that works together straight through, that might be their best album, at least cohesively. Where like I think my favorite songs are on other albums, but like, damn, like I think the same thing with Loathe. Loathe is like everything. Like I saw someone that was like, "This is what I listened to this week," and they listened to their old Loathe album, and I love the old Loathe album. But how dare you not listen to that piece of gold? That's a once-in-a-career album.
Yeah.
Like, that album is so good, it might hurt them later down the road. Like, that's how good. You know how good of an album you have to make?
Yeah.
Where you, like, look back and you're like fucking Metallica's like, why did we make Master of Puppets? Like, how do you even beat that album? Like,
the Black Album, apparently.
They didn't beat it, though. No. Black Album's really good. But, like, or who would it be? Who is, like, whatever. There's all those bands that get haunted. But usually, like, the famous ones don't deal with it too much. But there's some bands that, like, actually, look at the cover we talked about, Alien Ant Farm. Literally, they gained their success, or they gained commercial success, and were haunted by that stupid fucking cover. I like the cover, but as a fan of Alien Ant Farm, it is by far their worst song. Like, when you listen to their discography.
Was it Movies your favorite?
Oh, my. Well, no, but I think that is not to say I'm reusing the phrase, but that is a once-in-a-career song. That song. Because when you listen to the rest of their songs, they're really good, but it just doesn't have that vibe. It's always kind of weird when a band can make a song that doesn't actually – it sounds like them, but it kind of like it kind of lives in its own world in their own discography. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's kind of weird when bands do that, where it's like, oh shit, like literally no other song in their discography. Not saying it's not good either. Like I like these things. I like all the singles. Basically that whole album that has whatever. This is not about Alien Ant Farm. But yeah, I think Black Crown Initiate. Back to the beginning, Black Crown Initiate, I think is setting up. Like I told Eric, I was like, you better fucking prepare. You better buy that album because they deserve it. And not, again, sucking up to people that were on the podcast, but holy shit. I think after Holy Silence and the singles they released, I was like, these guys are for real. Not that they weren't
the
before.
album is released, I believe. Right? They released Invitation. They released Son of War.
Out.
Yeah, that's half the album.
It's 8 songs. Well, they're all 7 minutes, so I guess it makes sense.
Yeah, I think it's 9, but one of them's a what do you call that? Like they do the throat singing, like in Doom, the Doom soundtrack when they did like Mongolian throat singing. Yeah, throat singing. It's called something, but yeah, they have one of those tracks.
Yeah, it's nice. I think it's super sick. I'm happy. This year's had which is crazy because Black Dahlia Murder's album came out this year too.
Bro, Hatebreed didn't even drop the record yet.
I don't even think they're gonna drop it this year.
You don't think they're gonna drop it this year?
Everything's set up to shut down again. Well, shut down again more. Like everything kind of soft opened, and now it looks like everything. So I'm kind of curious how they're gonna handle it, but I would love it. Like I thought
it was gonna get like an October release.
I hope so. And then Deftones may or may not drop their album, so that's always a sleeper. You can never count Deftones out.
I wonder how many albums are going to be released like further on because so many bands have time to write right now.
How many? Well, that and also how many albums are going to get released for the holiday cycle, like for Christmas? Yeah. Just like literally, just like, hey, you went for Christmas 1,000 albums because they all got released like that, like 2 weeks in November. like the second week of November. But it's tough. And then what you got? Like literally fuck people that can't find music they like really, like what Trevor said, just name dropping all of our past guests. But it's like if you're not searching, it's like a job. Like DJ dropped a bunch of band names that like band songs he likes and like bands, and like some of the bands that he said I've heard of them, but I just never went out of the way to see them because literally I'm almost have a full-time job of like going finding music I like, which is not a problem. It's a good problem to have though.
Yes.
Because literally I'm just like, well, this is awesome. And then I spend a week with that. And then I'm like, fuck, look at this whole genre I missed. Like, oh my God. And yeah, dude, it's, man, music is awesome. Jesus Christ. Can people stop having talent? Can we just like cap it for a little bit?
I think I get a couple, like 3 albums a week sent to me. That's not even me finding stuff on my own, or even going back to some bands' older stuff too that I find out.
Oh, dude. Remember when I was doing that? Like, I think at the beginning of the year, the 2019.
Dude, In Flames is actually great.
I've done that a lot where I like a band and I just listen to songs haphazardly and I'm like, yeah, this is good. But I never went through the discography. And I'm gonna tell you, it was a job, dude. How many EPs and shit they got in between where I'm like, all these different singers, and I finally got to Anders. I'm like, what the fuck? And then
I just thought it was really cool how they switched with Dark Tranquility, basically singer swapped.
Yeah. Also good. They got the good end of that stick, I guess, right? Because Anders fuck. Or did you think?
Unless you talk to like old hardcore fans, they say that Anders is ruining the band right now.
Well, but you don't know if it's him doing that. It could be the guitarist.
Oh, they just like blaming it on him because he doesn't like screaming anymore. Because he doesn't like screaming anymore, it's his fault.
Singing sounds like screaming.
Yeah. I mean,
all you have to get. Like literally, I'm just like, holy shit, how does he do that all the time? My throat hurts from doing that. Like literally to mimic him, it hurts like shit. But
you gotta take the Matt Heafy class of screaming.
I actually looked at those lessons. They're pretty expensive. The guy he gets lessons from, I was like, dude, this guy teaches you how to scream?
I thought he got Melissa Cross.
No.
Oh, that was Paulo? Paulo he got the
DVD.
Cross.
Yeah. When does Paulo scream? He like sings most of the time.
Oh, well.
Corey's the guy that screams.
Yeah.
But sorry, Paulo, you can scream like the best of them. I don't know that. Oh yeah, dude, I actually want to know because I did a reaction to Black Crown this shit. I kind of want to. Yeah. Do you think at first I got Anders vibing from his singing? he kind of has an Anders feel to his singing. But then when he hauls off and does like the higher register in the middle of Holy Silence, he sounds like Tommy Rogers from Between the Bear to me.
I'll say that more than In Flames. Honest.
Well, it was more of like the hauntingness.
I think you're just seeing the ginger in both of them.
No, fuck off. It's not that. But no, it's like because I realized like I was wondering why like they don't get shit from like the death metal hardcores for singing, because it's pretty like singing. I think it's because his voice is very haunting.
Who Blackground?
Andy's. Yeah.
Well, because remember they said they didn't really know how to build them either.
Yeah, but they're still death metal. Like, I consider them death metal.
Yeah, because when they came out, they were like, "Do you tour with these guys? Do you?" Because they played with Behemoth, and I wouldn't really put them with Behemoth.
But James's screams sound like Nurgle's though. That's what I got from Holy Silence. Is like, dude, he like, fuck, man, he's like right up there with Nurgle. Like I'm like, damn, this sounds like Behemoth screaming, which is sick. And to have that combination,
so fucking hard,
dude. That little fucking dissonant guitar fucking, I don't know, I'm not a guitarist, like you don't know all the terminologies, but whatever that pinch harmonic weird during the verses when he was screaming, just ew, he just kept doing it over and over. I was like, what the fuck is that? It's so awesome,
dude. Speaking of the pitch harmonics in Holy Silence, the solo, so good.
Yeah, the solo was amazing. When that kicked in, it made me kind of remember that I love good guitar solos. I guess like there's a lot of solos that are great like technically, but it's like when you hit a solo that's like, whoa, like, not to sound cliche, but it's like, it almost like when a solo tells a story, when you learn a little bit about the person just through their fingers and their annotation of their picking hand. I'm like, oh, that guy loves to play chess. That's what I learned from that solo. I learned a lot. Like,
that's awesome. But let's wrap this up right now. Check out the Black Crown Initiate
August
reaction
7th.
video. Oh, August 7th.
Out the new album and the reaction video. Luckily, I guess, I had a few people actually comment. That was like, oh, I didn't even know about these guys. So I guess like people from my other videos, which is cool as hell.
They had the biggest hype train when For Cells We Cannot Forgive came out. Like that was 4 years ago, but they had such a hype train. I remember every metal blog was talking about them. They actually were on a couple of tours by us. I remember, just missed them. But anyway,
dude, it's nuts. But but also I learned from doing that one stream when I listened to music, like literally people calling Lamb of God and Hatebreed dad metal, and I'm 26, and like I grew up with those, like even though they're older, like they started in like when I was born, but they got big when I was still kind of young. Like Hatebreed's always been kind of like,
I guess they're dad metal because the members are dads.
But no, it's like my dad listened to it, and the guy was like 19, and like he's like, yeah, my dad showed it to me, but it was cool. I was like, Gojira? No. I'm like, Gojira just became like really big like over the last like 6 years. Like they've been around for a long time, but they just started gaining like commercial.
I would say when The Way of All Flesh came out, like 2008 is like when they really hit it. When people like start hearing Toxic Garbage Island and stuff like that. Because remember, we saw them in Flames. Were they direct support? I don't think they were direct support, right?
It was 36 Crazy Fists.
All That Remains.
Into Gojira.
Yeah,
All That Remains wasn't there.
Are you sure?
Nope.
Was that a different tour? Because I could have sworn I saw All That Remains at Terminal 5 with 36 Crazy Fists.
That would be nuts. But I don't remember that, if that's true. I remember just those three bands.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I think All That Remains actually had a drop off.
Oh, yeah. Maybe.
They had a drop off.
Which is kind of, I think I was pretty upset.
And then they got more set time.
Dude.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Wait, I actually want to know about this before. Oh, it was, yeah. All That Remains. And then Gojira became the direct support.
Yep.
Dude,
so even back then, dude, they weren't even like Gojira we know now.
No, yeah, it was a Mars to Sirius. That was the album. A Sense of Purpose was the album that they were touring with in Flames. Fucking Alias.
Wait, Way of All Flesh didn't come out back then?
No, I don't think so. It was 2008.
2008 is when Flesh came out, I thought.
Maybe it came out after. Wait.
Wow.
I think
No, because they played Toxic Garbage Island.
Oh, it did come out. Why did they have the background for? I feel like they had the background. Oh, no.
It's a whale. That's like their thing.
Yeah, I guess so, right? Never mind. I guess I'm just talking. I just remember the Mars to Sirius.
Yeah, I was going to say, I remember Aurobus live and Toxic.
Wow, I did poor research before that show because literally I think I only listened to Mars to Sirius, like that album.
Well, I remember that's when I was like, these guys seem cool, and you're like, dude, Backbone, bro.
No, Too Serious, dude.
Really? Oh yeah, you're right.
I love that
I think
song.
Kevin was really into Backbone. Someone
no
showed me
one gives-
Backbone, and I was like,
Well, that's when you fell in love with them. I feel like Backbone. You were just like,
I
play
still think
Backbone.
that's like the song of like breakdowns, and then at the end they even get heavier with another breakdown. I feel like the only other band I've heard do that recently was like Discarnate.
Yeah, it's well, you know, I think Backbone's really heavy, but I already sent you the meme that kind of I agree with that. It's like the guy
Yeah.
getting hit with the chair. It's just like no, the guy on the
Flying
ground.
whales.
It's like flying whales. Oh no, what was it?
You sent me 3.
The heaviest matter in the universe.
Oh,
And then another guy behind the guy that fell, and the guy he's getting hit with a chair, and that guy is called the flying whales. It's just a sneak attack. I'm like, yeah, those songs are kind of hard to beat. Like I always thought Backbone and Too Serious were the songs, and I kind of like I listened to Heaviest Matter in the Universe. I'm like, dude, I don't know why I slept on this song.
Especially the end when it gets really intense. Like it just builds up intense.
Dude, it's just so dude, you can really listen to the first 15 seconds of that song.
That little thing used to be Brian's text tone for me. The little
Really?
beginning. Yeah.
That's what? Why does he get the most metal one?
I think you're Dr. Oxo. You do cocaine.
Fuck that. I'd much rather Heaviest Matter in the Universe any day. I like my new one way
Jeff
better.
gets ruined. I'm sorry.
What?
They ruined Phil.
How does that happen? I want to talk to your manager. All right. All right, let's wrap up.
Let's wrap it up now, guys.
Before I start talking.
All right. Yeah. Thanks for listening. And if you like my radio show, you can tune in on Tuesdays, 7 to 10 p.m. on WMSCradio.com. And and Jesse, you want to drop your socials?
Yeah. You got twitch.tv/Insid, Twitter and Instagram, Insid Stream, YouTube, youtube.com/c/Insid. And I also have his channel featured on my channel. So if you, for some reason, don't remember his, even though literally this video is on his channel, you can find it. And then also on all my reaction videos, I try to release 2 a day. I'm going to be doing album reactions, and I don't know why I'm having such a problem with the drum stuff, but I should be releasing drum covers soon. I know I've been saying that, but yeah. What do you call it? And actually at the bottom of the video too, always have the new podcast at every one of my reaction videos. So, and new episodes every Thursday. For some reason, you don't know that by now.
Yeah, I drop it every Thursday, guys. And remember to like and subscribe, ring the bell, do all that stuff, because that really helps us with our algorithm, apparently. So
it's just nice to know you care too.
Yeah, and also if you don't want to actually watch the video on YouTube and stuff like that, we are available on all podcast platforms, or all the major ones: Spotify, Apple, Google, Stitcher. You can see them all.
Podcam, Pod Coffin, Pod Hole, Pod fucking Bus,
dude,
whatever.
Yeah, we're actually on podcast sites that I never even heard of, that I didn't even submit to. So that was cool to find out. Yeah, and we're on iHeartRadio.
There you go. On everything. Go check it out. It's a lot of good content. And check out this fucking guy. He has a lot of good interviews too. There you go. I'm gonna suck everyone off today. Everyone's getting a fucking handy from this guy, all right? Look at these tiny hands. Look at these tiny Look at these. They'll grip you. They'll grip you. They call you that. They call me the gripper. Okay, all right. Let's get off before I say something.
All right. Until next time, my friends. Peace.